Don't forget to like, follow, subscribe, and turn on notifications so that you will receive alerts when there are new episodes. Go get it.
This is what I tell them. Look, I've been grinding for so long, I wake up and chase my goals. I go out and I go get it. Hot or cold, that's all I know. I don't succeed, then I don't breathe. Success, what does it mean? If I conquer all my goals, then I'm living out my dream. Dig deep, go out and get it. Success Chronicles. Compete until it's finished. Success Chronicles. Go take care of your business. Success Chronicles. It's deeper than just winning. Success Chronicles.
Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Chip Baker coming to you with another episode of the Success Chronicles. Truly excited to have Miss Carla Coleman Butler on, a great lady that's been blessed and fortunate to achieve some really neat things. And I'm truly grateful to have her on. So first off, thanks so much for taking the time to interview with the Success Chronicles.
Well, thank you, Chip, for having me. I'm honored to be here and happy to share whatever nuggets I can about my journey, about success, what it means to me, what it looks like. So thank you.
Yes, ma'am. Awesome. Well, let's dive into it. I know off air we talked about, your journey, but if you don't mind sharing a little bit about your story and your journey with the audience so they have an idea of who you are and what it is you do.
Okay, I originally am from Louisville, Kentucky, and I matriculated at Vanderbilt University in Nashville, Tennessee, where I majored in chemical engineering. And so I've always been passionate about math and science and had an opportunity to study engineering as a result of a counselor seeing talent in me and calling me down in my senior year and saying I could compete for a wonderful scholarship that I actually did earn and win, that afforded me 2/3 of my costs for college and an internship in the summers. And so that was really a great launching pad to my career. Along the way, I went back to school and I earned a master's of business administration where I focused on marketing. And so at this point, that on my career journey, I'm a leader in a major chemical organization for business management of specialty chemicals, where I'm responsible for profitability of a group of products coming out of one of our manufacturing sites. So it's been an interesting journey. Along that journey, I've had the opportunity to speak to young people, in particular people of color and young women, and to encourage them to pursue careers in the STEM fields, so science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. So I'm really passionate about that. And I'm also passionate about my own sons, Alexander and Austin. Alex, as he's known to his friends, is a junior at the University of Texas at Austin, and Austin is sophomore at high school. So I'm very proud of them, and also my husband, Dwayne. And so we just are built on faith, family, and fun. That's my focus area for 2023, those three areas: faith, family, and fun.
Yeah, that's a good combination, and congrats on all of those amazing things. But you're also the president of something too, right?
Yes, another major part of my life. I'm a lifelong member of Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated, where I was initiated during my time at Vanderbilt in the Eta Beta chapter there. And as I moved around the country, moving with my career, I've stayed active with various chapters, but I have the honor and the pleasure of serving as the president of the Alpha Alpha Eta Omega chapter based in Cypress, Texas. And that journey has been really impactful in my life, in that I was on the journey from the very beginning. We charted that chapter. And so we will be celebrating 5 years of sisterhood and service in the Cypress area this coming June. And I think we've really accomplished a lot as a small group of women who came together, who have continued to grow and flourish and really have added impact to folks who really need it.
Good stuff. Good stuff. Well, what are 3 things you've accomplished in your life that you're proud of?
First, I would say my sons. I always tell people they're my greatest accomplishment. I always believe, I look at my life and what am I leaving as a legacy? And clearly they're my legacy. And so my husband and I have been very intentional into them, what our parents poured into us to continue the legacy. And so when I say family is a focus area, it's about, we're getting toward empty nests and really extracting those nuggets of time, particularly when Alexander comes home. They're getting shorter and shorter and shorter. And so this year I decided to focus on what things we can do as a family as our time together shrinks. And so taking trips, being intentional about when we're together, how we spend our time. And so definitely family is a great accomplishment. I would also say on the career front, it's been an interesting journey, kind of ups and downs or whatever, but I think the ability to be resilient and to bounce back. And as I tell my story, I tell people, no matter what the experience is, good or bad, positive or negative, in our careers, we have a toolbox. And what can we put into our toolbox along the way? And very shortly, one of the experiences which I consider one of my worst experiences in my career actually became the launching pad to the best experience in my career, because the tools that I learned in that experience allowed me to just soar at the next one. So it's about the journey. It's about what you learn along the way. And then I would say, thirdly, really chartering this chapter and making an impact through my affiliation and sisterhood with Alpha Kappa Alpha. And so, I mean, there's other things that I could share, but in the context of, we're going to celebrate our Founders Day tomorrow, 115 years of sisterhood and service, I just really reflect on the impact that Alpha Kappa Alpha has had on my life. And hopefully through Alpha Kappa Alpha, I've been able to impact others.
I love it. So good. Well, just hearing you talk about your journey, hearing you discuss the things that you're proud of, I would consider that to be hugely successful. So let's hit on success. What is your definition of success?
I define success as setting a goal and reaching, or better yet, exceeding it. And so in life, even as, through school, it's not about assignments. It's about, okay, how does this tie together? I have a natural curiosity. And I loved puzzles, and I loved solving problems and trying to figure out, well, what caused this, or how can I improve upon the next time? And so I look at success as, we have a goal, we have an objective, and let's solve it, but let's solve it in the best way possible, so that when we get to that same problem again, we know how to overcome it. And so success is about the repeatability of overcoming and being excellent in how we do things.
Ooh, that's good. Hey, the repeatability of overcoming. Hey, give me a second. I need to write that down. Okay. No. So what I want to do now is, I was going to say now to the fun part, but it's all been fun for me. But now to the funner part, I guess.
The funner part.
Yeah. If you don't mind, I want to throw out like 3 words or phrases to you.
Okay.
If you don't mind, just talk about what comes to mind or heart when you hear these words or phrases. You good with that?
All right. I'm good with that.
Okay. All right. So the first phrase is giving service.
Giving service. When we give service, we get more back. So when we connect, pour into someone, support someone, help someone, and they're overcoming, it's really a rewarding feeling. And I don't know, I just get a tingle or something on the inside of me when I see, somebody's face light up, or even that, I had an early experience in high school. I was on the student council, and we always did food baskets. And someone from my church came to me and said, this family, who I knew really, really well, they need some help this Christmas season. And when we delivered that food basket, because I had a personal connection to them, and they realized that I marshaled my resources, even as a student, to help them out, that gave me shivers. They're teary-eyed, I'm teary-eyed. It's just, there's a gift that the giver gives in serving. So giving service to me is a two-way. So you're not only helping someone, but receiving that joy from being able to do that.
I love that, and it's so true. And like when I speak to students, I like Fellowship of Christian Athletes and things like that. I
Right.
express to them, the big man has given us all gifts,
Exactly.
but it's important to make sure that we work and be the best versions of ourselves so that we can give those gifts. And it's one thing, exactly like you said, it's one thing, we all like gifts, right? It's one thing
Right.
to receive gifts. That's cool.
Right.
But when we know we've put in the work to do something that we love and we earn something and then we're able to give that gift to someone else.
Right.
Ooh, wow.
Nothing like it.
It's nothing better than that feeling of
Right.
knowing that you've blessed someone else. And
Exactly.
it's big, knowing that it's bigger than you.
Right. Right.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So the next couple words I want to give you, phrase I want to give you is quality relationships.
Quality relationships. I would say that's about connection.
Mm-hmm.
Man was not created, man and woman, but the phrase goes, man was not
Yeah.
created to be alone. And, I rely, faith, as I said earlier, is one of my focus areas. So I do have a strong faith-based core. And when we look at the word and how God created the earth, he created the family first, the husband and wife actually first. So the marital relationship was first, and then the family relationship with the bringing in of children. But the church was created later. But as we look at the evolution of relationships, it's about putting people together. And so you have to be connected and you have to make an investment in the relationship. And so whether it's your marriage or your partnership with your children, with your friends, your neighbors, your church members, your sorority sisters, fraternity brothers, whatever situation it is, a relationship requires investment and connectivity because it's not done in isolation. And so you do take a risk in a relationship by putting yourself out there and maybe not getting sometimes what you think you want or deserve or expect in the relationship. But as time goes on and the more you put in, you can build quality relationships, but it requires time, investment, and there is a risk.
I love that. I love the way you put that. It's so true. I'm a simple guy. I like formulas, and really at the end of the day, input equals output.
Was output. Exactly. Right. And I'm a math
yeah,
person,
yes, what I was
science
gonna say.
person.
That's
Exactly
right
right.
up here. hey, you knew the formula before I finished.
Right, exactly. I saw where you were going with that.
Yeah, like what you put into something is what you get out of it, and so you
Right.
must know that in my investment. Oh, this is good. Your ROI determines your ROI.
Exactly. Right.
Come on,
Exactly.
right?
Right.
So, I believe that your return on your investment determines your radar of influence. And come
I
on,
like that.
and vice versa. Your radar of influence
Exactly.
determines your return on your
Return on
investment. And
investment. Exactly.
so you
Right.
have to have, I love that connection, investment, and time. Man, those are three key components that we have to have.
Right.
All right, so the last word I'm going to give you, I'm going to pause. I'm going to warn you a little bit. I'm going to
Okay.
pause before I give you this one because this the good one right here.
Okay.
And you mentioned it when you were talking about your family and your sons. And the last word is legacy.
I've talked about that legacy and also the legacy a little bit that preceded me in terms of what my parents invested in my sister and me that enabled our success. I'll talk a little bit more about the fact that they started college, but they didn't have the support to finish, drove both of them to instill in us. It was not if college, but what college,
Yeah.
and it was not 1 degree, but 2 degrees. It was always about the more and about the pushing and about the excellence. And then the other part of legacy that I consider within my own life is, what does my dash mean? And so at the end of it all, we know there's a beginning, your birthday, and there's an ending, your death day. And what will your your dash say about you? What have you left on this earth? What will people remember you about? What will they talk about? How you meant to them, what you meant to them, and how you influenced and impacted their life. So the author Mark Twain said, the most the most important day is not when you were born, but when you find out why.
Yeah, why?
And so I'm continually in that seeking. I think I know my why. Not I think I know my why. I know why I'm here, but how do I make that why impact my legacy and my dash?
Ooh, so good. I since you took him to church earlier, on that one I had to look at my pocket square, right? It's so good. But throw it at you, right? Man, that is good. And it's so true. That dash. Like, what are we doing every day to not just
Right.
leave a legacy, but live a legacy?
Live. I like that. Exactly.
By our day-to-day actions. And
Right.
I think it does a couple things. I think first, you have no problem sleeping because you're tired.
Right.
but,
Absolutely.
But the next thing is you truly making an impact that lasts for generations and generations.
Right.
Kind of like how you explained, with your family, from your parents
Right.
pushing you and your sister, and now you and your husband instilling that into your sons, and
Right.
investment and time. And so I think it's I don't know, it's linear, of course.
Exactly. Mm-hmm. Right.
But just the impact just goes on for generations and generations.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Well, as we close, I'd love for you to have an opportunity to share with the audience where they can go follow you and check you out and show you some love with all of the amazing things you have going on.
So the chapter, right? I'm sorry, my sound went out.
Oh,
You were
okay. No,
referring to
no.
the chapter? Okay.
Yeah. So I was just saying, just share with people where they can go follow you and check you out and show you some love with all of the amazing things you have going on.
Oh, okay. So I'm on Instagram and Facebook under Carla Coleman Butler. And I lead Alpha Alpha 8 Omega chapter. And really, we're on all Facebook and Instagram. We have a website, alpha8omega.com. And we have a lot of community service coming up. We're serving the mission of Yahweh here in the Houston area on Monday, MLK Day, our We Are One Day of service, with another chapter of Alpha Kappa Alpha and a chapter of Alpha Phi Alpha Fraternity Incorporated. So I love the fact that we're all coming together to collaborate. And so it's an organization that my chapter has served in terms of helping women and children who are in a transitional situation in their lives start to rebuild their lives and overcome and start a new life. So we're providing HR workshops for women who are trying to find jobs or improve their careers, entrepreneurship information for those who are starting businesses, story time and reading and crafts for the children. And so it's really a hands-on day of activity. And then my chapter is also giving away free trees at another location in the area. All of this is on our social media and our website. So we have a lot of things where we're trying to impact the community. In beginning of February, we're having a community book fair where we're giving away books to children. Because as we know, you're an educator, as you shared on our off-air time,
Yes.
reading and the foundation of education for children determines success. And so it's all tied together. The more education and knowledge that you have, the more successful you are. And that is the main propellant from coming out of an underserved or undervalued environment where you may be coming from less, but through education, you can achieve more. And so, many of the initiatives, not just the sorority or my church or other organizations that I'm affiliated with, we emphasize, and why I'm attracted to them is education, because that is really a mechanism for getting to success. And so I'm really excited about all of these initiatives under the umbrella of Alpha Kappa Alpha that we're engaged in. And it's really driven by our new international president who was installed last year, Danette Anthony Reed, and her vision of soaring to greater heights through sisterhood and service. And service is one of the key pillars of our organization. And as we celebrate 115 years tomorrow, we always go back to service to all mankind. It's why we're here, what the organization was created to be.
So good.
Mm-hmm.
So Carla Coleman Butler, and then give us the social media for the sorority again, please.
So on Instagram, we're AA Eta, ETA Omega. And on Facebook, we're Alpha Alpha Eta Omega under Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated.
Awesome. Well, again, I just want to say thanks so much for taking the time to hang out on the Success Chronicles. Truly appreciate it, and I wish you continued success.
Well, thank you, and I appreciate the opportunity and love what you're doing about gathering people in different. There's many different ways to success, and I think we learn as we share our journeys with each other. So, again, thank you for the opportunity to share.
Of course. And thank you guys for checking out this episode. We'll see you next time. God bless. Go get it.